John is an ex-Special Forces soldier who volunteered to become a super soldier. He is implanted with microchips to enhance the skills created by Dr. Kane. Agent Wilds asks the doctor what the chip can do, so Vivian activates the chip, and the man analyzes his surroundings, and after that, John goes rogue. The woman tries to deactivate the subject, but the program does not respond. The man was able to get out and steal the tablet, easily eliminating all the threats. Then John stumbles into a computer room and uses the tablet to hack into their system and send a data message. Meanwhile, Dr. Kane and others saw him later on the CCTV camera escaping the facility. The doctor immediately informs former Senator Benson and Mr. Taddett, a businessman, about what happened and suggests activating the other subject to hunt the man down. 1 month ago, Agent Wilds traveled to London to meet Marina. The woman hands over a USB drive to Agent Wilds, which contains an access code to the Super Soldier program. In the present day, after John escaped the facility, we see him driving a Lamborghini and later stopping at a bar. Upon entering, the man scanned the place and saw a woman in a red dress. He walks towards her and asks if he can join her, but the woman says she's waiting for someone. John then offers his Lamborghini just to join her and tell a story, so the woman agrees. The man introduces himself, and the woman's name is Jane. After John orders a drink, the woman asks what's his story. The man said he is part of a secret spy program that implants microchips into people's heads to make them super smart, so the woman asked what she was thinking at the moment. John answered, but Jane said that he was only half right. Then the man said that his chip is only a prototype, and there is a version of the chip before him. Jane asked who the guinea pig was, so John said a Vietnamese operative named Han Nguyen. She was the original subject and former Senator Benson's personal recruit. The woman is given a simple file retrieval job, but the mark came home, and the chip took over and put her into survival mode. Once the threat was eliminated, the chip disengaged, and Han realized what she had become. Jane thinks that woman doesn't like a super spy chip in her head and asks John if he likes it. Then the man said yes, especially if it allowed him to speak with her. Jane asked if he would not get into trouble by telling her that he was a spy. Then the man said he already did, and so did Han. John said that the woman's chip did not have any tracking or safety protocols like his chip. Han wanted to get out of the program, but they killed her, and the man said she was already dead the moment they put the chip in her head. Jane asks if he is the first American to get a super chip in the head, but the man says that that honor went to an American Indian named Elin Romero. After the Han disaster, Dr. Kane is allowed to choose the next subject. And Elin was a former Special Forces soldier like him, but Elin ended up going rogue when the man rescued Marina. She is an assistant to one of the chip program financiers who stumbles across something she wasn't supposed to see. Marina saved a file on her USB drive and then tried to escape, but she was caught by her boss, Yuri Ketrov. Instead of killing her, she is given to Terezin to become a sex slave. And that was when Elin found her, and the man killed Terezin and saved Marina. But unlike the original chip, the one implanted on Elin has a tracker and safety protocols. Jane says that he really has a lot of details in his story and asks if this is where he comes in, but the man says not yet because he is still another upgrade away. So John continues his story. After Elin's shaky start, they went back to Benson's female subject, and this time they chose a civilian, Bindi Lamar. They thought that if they could train someone from the ground up, they would have total control. Mr. Taddett, one of the program financiers, sent the woman to steal a file from a rival company. Jane asks if she didn't go rogue, and the man says that after Han, none of the ladies did. So the woman asks if there are more, and John answers that Senator Benson calls them crows because they could be anywhere, just waiting. Then Jane said that she hopes the story ends with some super spy taking out the senator, and the man agrees. Jane assumes that the program starts recruiting men again, and the man said they did because Kane is not satisfied by Benson's loyal crows and wanted to push technology forward. And finally, make a super spy, and that's where John comes in. The man said that there are only 2 things he loves, serving his country and a bottle. That's how they recruited him into the program, with the help of Dr. Kane's very convincing assistant, Vivian. Jane asks why he is not drinking. So the man said it was because of the chip. But being sober has a way of making you see things more clearly. The man continued his story when he was about to escape the doctor and his facility, and before he made it down to the basement mainframe, he stumbled on old test subjects just lying on the table. Then suddenly they wake up, and the man has no choice but to fight them. Jane said that his upgraded chip is really the best version. Then the woman says she should not be so hard on him because she was just a lonely office drone who spent her days sending pointless emails, and now she's attending a boring out-of-town business conference. John continues his story. After the fight, the man finally made it to the basement and sent a message to activate all the other chip owners. Or, as Dr. Kane's own term, he sent them all a suggestion. Jane asked what he suggested they do. So John said to strike back at those responsible for the chip program. Then we see Bindi was back at the cafe waiting to be deactivated, and since Mr. Taddit used her first, he thought he should see her last and sent Bindi to eliminate the man. Then the next suggestion went to Elon, and even though the man is back in the program, his days are numbered after he rescues Marina. So Elon is sent to kill Yuri Ketrov. Then Jane said the story got exciting, but there was a problem. She asked if all the upgraded chips had tracking and safety protocols and why John was even there. So the man answers that his chip is temporarily blocked. Because after his chip was implanted, he met an FBI agent who told him that the chip inside his head does a lot more than the doctor told him, and none of it is good for him or his country. And if the chip is ever removed or damaged, the chip owner will die. Agents Wild then give him the USB drive that contains the access code to the chip, and inform him that once they activate the chip, Dr. Kane will lose access to him until their tech figures out they changed the access code. John said the first thing he does is buy himself more time, and he is sure that Alex is working around the clock trying to crack the problem. Then the woman asked who took out Senator Benson, and John said that it was hard to get close to the senator, so he needed some help. And fortunately, Jane has already helped him. So the woman asked how she helped, and the man said that Senator Benson was in her hotel room. The woman can't believe that she is an assassin, so John said that there is a kill switch that blocks the memory. Then, as Jane tries to remember, we see her killing Benson in her hotel room. Then the confused woman said goodbye to John and made the excuse that she needed to find the woman she was meeting with. The man said that she's not coming because he knows that Sarah Wilds will not come, so the woman asked how he knew that, and John said because she is the agent that he met in the bar. Then the woman goes to the ladies' room, where Vivian appears. Jane tells the woman that some guy is trying to pick her up, so Vivian gives him a taser and says, in case the man comes back. When she came out, the woman noticed that John was gone. So she sits down, and a man gives her the tab and asks if she wants it charged to her room, but the woman says she will pay in cash. Suddenly, John sat beside her and said the doctor would never let them go, not until the next upgrade. Then the woman asked where the tablet was, and so John said that he gave it to Agent Wilds. Then we see that before the man leaves Yuri Ketrov's place, he hands it over to Agent Wild, and then he leaves in a white Lamborghini. So Jane asks what she is going to do with the tablet, and the man answers that she has already done it. Then we see Agent Wild deactivating all the subjects, starting with Elon, then Bindi, and the 4 subjects inside the facility. And the man said that both of them were the only ones left. But John assured her that Wild would not touch her. And when Jane looks at the barcode on the bill, she is activated, then Vivian showed up and another armed soldier, then Alex said he already cracked the code and made a new ones. Then John eliminates all the threats using his chip. But as Jane and John are fighting, Vivian shoots him, then the man says good luck to Jane, then steals Vivian's gun and shoots Alex, and then she tasers him to knock him down, damaging the chip. Later, we see John in the room with Dr. Kane, Vivian, and Jane. The man is lying on the table, paralyzed. Then Dr. Kane asks what John's last word is, so the woman answers that he wishes him good luck. Then Jane shoots Vivian in the head. And the woman explained that the suggestion he received from John was to eliminate the chip program. And since the program begins with him, the woman shoots Dr. Kane to end it. Thank you for watching movie quotes and recaps. And for more videos, please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell.